Hello again, this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for you guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This is video number 93. On the last video we talked about the object-oriented programming. Actually a few videos and it's a programming paradigm, right? This technique can be used in different languages, but in this case of course PHP, right? So it's based on the concept of objects. Everything is an object, dog, cat, whatever, lamp, car. When you're describing an object, you need to, have in your mind the concept that all are objects. And then when you create a class, which is the blueprint, right? It's a blueprint. Got the object. When you create an object, creates the object from. I know it's a little confusing, but you get it, right? So if you go over here and you created an object called $db, you're going to use the word new and you're going to use the class like this. And then, wait a minute, what's going on here? Do I have my, oh no, I can't show you that one. Boom, 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 that's okay. Yeah, that's all right because it didn't work. I was going to show you something else without the new belt, like the other one, the other class that I have. But I guess this whole, let me take a quick look. This is the same thing I did before. Of course, I did all this. Of course, we did the binding. Okay, I got that. We did the execution of it. We want the results when you fetch all of the data from the database. Remember, it goes into an array. You return that when you call it. Of course, this is for single, for fetch, which we're going to show you in a second. And then, of course, you got your row count, which I put it in there anyway, but I'm not using it this time. Okay. Because on the last video, that kind of looks like this stuff, even though the last video has a little bit more stuff. Takes this information, creates an object, and uses the select to count the number of records. And I think what it does is it inserts to a database. The actual database, let's see if I can show you, was, let's go over here for now. Let's go over here. The actual database is, let's see, right here. This is the actual database. You're going to use that in sub1, sub email, that kind of thing, and all this. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to enter something, it should end up back here at the bottom. Let's see, so what I did was same thing as the last one. We're going to try, in this side, in this case, I think I might have done that on the other one. We're going to try this, and if there's a problem, please, let's put a little space to put a, a message out. And what I do, I'm sorry, and what I did was I make sure that I just changed some few things, that's all. What I did was, in this case, right here, instead of having this is what we did the last time. I wanted the whole thing, plus I wanted the counts, right? So it goes through the whole array. If you got 8, 28, or whatever it is that we have, it will show you as 28. And then, of course, we had the insert, which is, why did I change this? Wait, no, the insert had the actual information that would come from the actual form. Like this one, this I think was name. We call this pass, right? We use that as an email thing. And when you will put, not this, I didn't have that. I had this comment down and I used this, right? Because I wanted the whole thing. Gave the results, gave me the whole thing. Remember we saw there was a whole bunch of array, and I did it nicely by using the pre-formatted element tags, just to give it a little, so it looked nice. Like WordPress says, it looked pretty. Okay, and then I did all this. It gave me the count of 28 anyway, but we're not doing that today. So I remember I told you to do 3 slashes to represent. It still becomes a comment, but this is where the command is. These right here, these just comments, so you don't have to worry about those. So whenever you're doing testing and stuff, you can just take the ones that are like this. It's just my way, my convention, so that way I can, by the way, see where my commands are. Anyway, so we go like this, we do this stuff, we got this out the way, and I added it like this. So what I did, remember this? This one here had the actual field for the property. This one had the property here, and then it had the property here of these things that came from the actual form. Sorry, that was a bug. Then I executed it, and of course I said use insert. But in this case, I'm embedding it in, putting it in like this. I just wanted to show you that you can do this too. Like if you wanted to change one little thing, or maybe have a table that just represents one field that you will call all the time, and you can change it to a 0 or 1, depends on what you're doing. And then of course here I'm actually looking for Bob. That's it. I'm looking for this guy. Where is he? It's the Bob, right? Yeah, the first one. I'm looking for Bob, and I want to put something underneath here. That's what this is. I just want to let you know that it can be done, and let's try it out. Let's see if we get that working. Let's see, not that one. This one, and boom, there you go. See? In this case, I went, sorry. In this case, I said select asterisk from this, and that means give me from the table. I said select all, but you didn't have to do that. I could. You could just say name. I just want to see the name or the ID. I just, ask for all the fields. That's all it is. But I only picked one, right? Because you're looking for the ID of one, and whatever the name it is, and it's Bob. And I put it here. Look. And we're using the bind. See, the bind makes it like this. See the bind? This and this. In a normal situation, you would put like the name of the field here and the name of the other field. But by doing it like this with the prepare statement and using the bind, it's more secure. And in this case, I just want to see one, right? The first ID and Bob. That's it. And I want to enter these guys. This guy, Tony Stark. And I did. You're not going to see it here, but I did put a user inserted successfully, which happens to be this. Then if I go check, and I have to refresh. There he goes, Tony Stark. See, put it in for you. You put it in for you, and it asks for that one, Bob. That's it. I just wanted to make this video just to show you that. Remember, just to refresh and to just keep reminding you that object-oriented programming has several advantages over the procedural. Even though I do love the procedural way, because you can do a lot, and with this too, it's just that it's more uniform. And it has over the, it has a great advantage, which is like it is faster and it is easier to execute, right? It provides a clear structure for the programs. It helps to keep the PHP code dry. Don't repeat yourself, but you can do that with the procedural programming because I've done that before. And and you can make your code easier to maintain, modify, and debug. And then when it makes it possible to create full reusable applications with less code. Right now, this is just nothing, but if you do it like this, you can use it. You can reuse your stuff with less, development time. It is complicated at first, but once you learn it, you see how this works. You're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I see that," and it makes it easy. It's just a way of doing it. That's it. It's like in the procedural thing, you can have your HTML, not the HTML, the .php extension of an HTML file with a form, and then it can call a file that looks like this here. Then you can do all this stuff like this. But I've done it with the procedure programming because I use a lot of functions, and I've used function that calls other function and sends stuff into it, and then it returns something back. So in a way, I was kind of doing it like this. It's just that when you do object-oriented programming, they got their own convention. You gotta make sure you do it right. You gotta make sure that it's a class. You gotta make sure, and you're creating objects basically. And I showed you that how you can put that information within your HTML file. You could do that. Depends on what you've seen. And you've seen all the little examples and stuff. You could be creative and understand how this. Anyway, we just reached the bottom of this whole thing. The end of the video. If I confuse you, I'm sorry. Right now I'm having a hard time with my throat, which is why I'm pretty happy that it was just a short video. Could have gone more, maybe giving you some more examples, but right now I don't know. I don't know if I could continue. As you can hear that I've been making all kinds of noises. So anyway, in my voice, I don't know how to fix that, but I guess when you get older, you kind of lose that young. Plus, I feel sick in a way too. The radiation has been really messing me up. Anyway, didn't want to bum you guys out. Just want to show you that you can do this, and give me a like so you can help me, so my channel can grow. So then somehow YouTube could say, "Hey, yeah, this guy, this is pretty good." Don't like his voice. I'm pretty sure that's what they'll say. But this is I'm giving you good information. A lot of times people put all this information to some kind of course and then sell it, like for $25, $29, which is good. Maybe I'll do something like that in the future when I get a better editor, that kind of thing. But for now, hey, I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a comments, and until next time.